Assalamu alaikum viewers. In this presentation, we would like to present the benefits of information security. In other words, cyber security awareness. It is very important to make the best use of our data or information that travels over the internet. The most essential part in information security assurance is confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Confidentiality means to view or have access to data by authorized people only. Integrity means changing anything related to our information should be impossible for malicious people. And availability means accessing and making use of data and information by authorized user alone. Viewing, accessing, and changing of our information must not and should not be done by any unauthorized person. Malicious and intent users only should involve in these activities.
You have heard about confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Before we go into their meanings, let's see one possible attack, which is man in the middle. In cryptography and computer security, a man in the middle attack is an attack where the attacker secretly relays and possibly alters the communications between two parties who believe that they are directly communicating with each other. For example, it can be transactions, conversations, or transfer of other data.
In information security and assurance, it's making sure that intended users they have access to their information or data at any time they are required to, and nobody else should have access to this information or data that is particularly belong to them alone. However, we would like to talk about briefly the meaning of information security and assurance. There are three things that we need to put into serious considerations. And the first is confidentiality, the second is integrity, and the third is availability of a data. Malicious and unauthorized users, they should never have access at anyhow, either by altering the information or the data, or by viewing it, or by manipulating it, how slight it may look in the database. In this presentation, the most important part that we want you to be aware is the types of attacks that are very rampant on the internet. For example, the man in the middle attack. The MITM in short form, it basically stands for if an information is being traveled across the internet. In other words, if a message is being transmitting from an end source to a destination end, it should never be captured or viewed by any unauthorized user or accesses. However, the most important thing just right from there is making sure that the information is well kept at place for those intended to make use of it. Now let's take a brief look at the best possible solutions to this particular type of attack, man in the middle attack. The best one is making sure that the information that is being traveled over the internet is well encrypted. And when we say encrypted, it means protected from access or any viewing activity over the internet. In other words, it is best to implement this method known as in cryptography as the EAS or the DES. The AES is the advanced encryption methodology in cryptography to make sure that the information or the communication, it can be a real time or it can be the one just being transmitted over the internet, such as your sensitive informations. They are well encrypted and never can be read or read by any other person except the person authorized and given the authority and permission to do so.